my channel. Today I have a July message for all of the Capricorns out in the collective. Please note this is going to be a general reading, so it is not going to resonate with every single Capricorn out in the collective. I ask that you take with you what resonates and leave the rest behind. If you are new to my channel, welcome to Eileen Into Spirit. My name is Eileen Rouse. I am a psychic intuitive, a spiritual coach, and a sound healing practitioner. As you can see here, Capricorn, we are in a new setup, so I ask that you just be patient with me as we make some changes here in my home, but soon enough we will be back to our old setup. So without further ado, Capricorn, let's go ahead and dive right into your July message. So Capricorn, we are starting out with poised. Love this. Happiness. This is turning out even more amazing than I would thought. And nature. Okay. So Capricorn, I just want to take time right now to just let you know that you literally are going to be experiencing so much excitement, so much joy for this coming month. I feel like you're going to be ready to sort of move on to the next venture, move on to the new journey, new projects, new relationships. It's different for every single one of you. But I do want to point out that you are elated. You are beyond excited and joyful about what is transpiring in your life. And you're sort of in this flow of happiness, so much joy, so much abundance, so much happiness this month. And I just want to point out that maybe some of you really will experience this sense of expansiveness out in nature. And for others of you, you need to really spend some more time outdoors. What I really sort of pick up here for you, Capricorn, is that the amount of joy and elation that you will be feeling this month is sort of the same feeling that we all get when spring arrives. Because we know here that when spring arrives, that means it's a new beginning, right? There's new things on the horizon, new flowers, new smells, crisper weather, right? And so everything just feels so fresh, so alive, new beginnings. This is kind of what I'm picking up for you here, Capricorn. So July is really going to be sort of like a new beginning in many different ways for you here. We have the Three of Pentacles here, which really speaks about a community. It speaks about, communicating and working together with other individuals and sort of building something together. I do feel that when it comes to working with other individuals, it's important that you sort of recognize that there has to, we have to sort of fall into spaces where we learn the difference between winning and losing, right? Because I feel like a lot of times when there is conflict, when there are disagreements in a community or in a group here, a lot of times we might take the stance of, well, I wanted to be the one to win, right? And no matter how many conflicts or arguments you might actually have here, Capricorn, it isn't always about winning. So I feel that that is the message that you have to have when it comes to this month, especially when we want new beginnings, when we want to experience newer things, when we feel elated or when we feel excited, we no longer care about what happened. That's in the past. And we have to have this sense and this expectation that whenever things transpire and they transpire in a specific way, we have to change our perspective about what happened and what transpired in order for us to fully find the joy, right? I think that's why you got the Five of Swords here, because I think a lot of times when we have these conflicts or when we feel like we're fighting alone in any given situation, we get so caught up in our thoughts that sometimes we might beat ourselves up needlessly. And in order for you to feel the elation and to have the happiness, what you're really needing to do is don't let your thoughts overcome you or sabotage you in any way. It's important that you recognize that, if whatever transpires for you this month here, Capricorn, you need to remember that there is a lesson behind it. There is something that you ultimately needed to learn here. You now have the 10 of Cups here that showed up in the reverse with the High Priestess. So again, I really feel that this is really referencing how you are truly feeling, being in control of, or not so much in control, but being aware of how certain situations are making you feel, right? Because you're needing to sort of step into that higher purpose of yourself, that higher self, and really see things from a different point of view here. The High Priestess is all about utilizing her intuition and her guidance and letting her spiritual side lead her towards happiness and success. Again, understanding that, whatever you're going to be doing here in July, Capricorn, what I'm really seeing is that you're going to be working on a project, or you're going to be working in a group setting with certain specific individuals. And it's going to get frustrating for you because you're going to feel like there's just so much going on in the group, and there's going to be people that are going to get their feelings hurt about, well, why do they always have to be in charge? Or why does it always, why do they always get their way? Or I feel like that person always wins and I always lose, right? In this particular aspect, what this is ultimately saying is that you have to understand, right? And maybe this is you needing to communicate to your team, to your, people that you're working with, that we can't look at things in black and white. We have to look at the bigger picture. And sometimes looking at the bigger picture means that we have to learn to work with individuals that can be challenging at times, right? But when we align ourselves to the higher purpose, when we align ourselves to the bigger picture, then we can actually, choose and make choices and utilize our talents and our skills and our abilities to overcome those conflicts, that we will still end up being successful. So I feel like what this is really saying for you here, Capricorn, is that no matter how you feel about whatever situation transpires for you, you always want to look at it from the spiritual side. You always want to look at it from the higher perspective, because recognize that everything is a choice. You get to choose how you perceive or how you respond to the situation. And if that means that maybe you have to work a little bit harder, or you have to be a little bit more present, then that is what you ultimately need to do, because this is you taking control of the situation and rising to the top, right? Not allowing outside sources to manipulate you, or even your thoughts to manipulate you into making bad choices or making a bad decision, right? Because you're in a position here where you're moving towards a new beginning here, and you want happiness. You want this sense of joy, and you have to take charge. Okay, this Knight of Voices here is basically stating that you have to take charge of your own thoughts and your own actions in order to truly be able to experience the things that you are wanting to experience. With the High Priestess and the Five of Swords, again, it's not always about winning. And you should never look at things as, well, they always win and I always lose, right? Understand that maybe that experience in and of itself is teaching you something. And ask yourself, what is it teaching me? What is my intuition really telling me? What is it that I really need to understand and know about this situation, right? So I feel like this is how you're going to take control here. You now have the Chariot with the 10 of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles with the High Priestess here. So again, I feel like any action that you take, any movement that you take towards your goals, that you remain consistent with, it's ultimately going to lead you towards success. The Knight of Pentacles is loyal and it is consistent. And the Chariot is all about movement. It's all about, pushing ourselves towards the things that we ultimately want. And I feel that for you here, you're wanting harmony, you're wanting balance, you're wanting to experience excitement and have a new journey and be able to move beyond your own set of limitations that have been put forth in front of you. And I want you to understand that this sense of happiness and sense of bliss that is ultimately coming for you this month is really about connecting to that higher aspect of yourself. And you really need to work on, spending more time out in nature, getting connected to that divine source, connecting to your higher self here, Capricorn, so that you could then experience this ultimate bliss and joy. Not too long ago, I actually posted a blog on the importance of having a spiritual practice. And I feel like that is what your guides are wanting you to know here, that, you're needing to put yourself into a position here where you can have the type of consistency and reliance on your intuition, but you need to really put a lot of attention towards it. You need to really learn how to do that and really focus your attention on that. Because this is how you are going to experience the happiness and the joy and the bliss. This is how your life is ultimately going to transform here, Capricorn. So this is your message this month. I want to thank you so much for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing you next time with your new message. Bye, guys.